And there goes the ad. Welcome in, everybody. Good to see you. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. It's day one. We are starting a brand new world. We are out of hardcore for this world. So I'm allowed to die now. And we are immediately starting in a pine taiga. Right here on the river, right next to a frozen taiga. Not a bad spot, I think. Immediately connected to a cave system. Very different kind of start compared to hardcore, because the pressure's not on. I'm not feeling like I immediately have to start building a bed and getting food and everything. Kind of just want to see what's around. Low erosion biomes usually present a challenge for me for building. So even though this is my preferred biome, I would normally restart and go seed hunting for something I like a little bit better than this, but I think we're going to embrace the challenge. So right down there at the bottom of the bowl is our spawn point. There's no ocean nearby, which I understand can be a bit of a bottleneck on the mob farm that we're going to end up eventually building, but I don't know that I'm too worried about that. Alright. We still like to build around the water. So we're going to build around the water. There it is. Think. Go right here for the crafting table. Smelter will go right there. Grab a couple of these. Two, three, four, one. I have no food. Checklist for day 1. Starve to death. Wait. Oh. I can't run because I'm hungry. Y'all didn't see that. I know how to play. Alright, we need food. We also need to be able to cook. Two, three, four. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We are starting with our sphere again. Our dome. Hang on. Yep. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 1, 2. Aye. Getting dark. It's not gonna go well. Four, 5, 6. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. Yes, that will need to be doors for now. That's fine. Okay, that should be enough to keep the monsters out. Which I don't see any having spawned yet. We are in hard mode. Oh, did I not make a stone pickaxe? Did I make one? Should be using one if I did. I made one. Dangerous part here is that if I'm not up here because nothing is lit up... Where are the mobs? There's nothing. I've got open ceiling at the base of a mountain. I should be getting bombarded by skeletons. 3, 4. Chests. So I guess the night is safe now or something. Oh, let me not forget. That's not a chest. Nope, not there. Yeah, the sun's coming up, and we haven't seen a single hostile mob. Don't think of it. I don't think I've seen any passive mobs either. We need food anyway, so we're gonna go mob hunting. Hey, Jazz, welcome in. Good to see you. Alright, well, we have some confirmed passive mobs. Polar bears. Just polar bears so far. Oh, I think we did see a chicken. You have what you call dry ramen. Is that just ramen that you drain the water off of? Egg. I hear the chicken. Yes, and seasonings to just the noodles and crush up noodles before boiling. Thanks, Fox. 2 eggs? Are there at least hostile mobs in the cave? Like, there's gotta be hostile mobs in the cave, right? Ow. There's nothing. Hang on, there's a spawner down there. Combine creamy chicken and spicy chili. I hear the sound of a zombie. I see a zombie. Okay, we have a mob. Something still feels a little broken to me, but it is possible for mobs to spawn. It's very dark down here. Hang on. Lighting. Is it not in lighting? There's a gamma setting in here somewhere. Definitely something I should be doing off stream. Nope, I don't know where it is. Thinking of buying bulk ramen for Halloween. The Maruchan brand, of course. They have good flavors. Ziff! Welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you for the first time chat. Not sure the trick-or-treaters will appreciate ramen, but you could try. Pig. And Lily's in too. Welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you all are doing well today. How lost do y'all think I got? Berries! That's what we need. Perfect. My savior. Six out of 10 lostness? We'll see. We'll see. I think I'm going the right direction, so if I actually find my base... Oh. Apparently I'm not lost. Look at that. Live on the border of Mexico and Texas, where ramen is a snack here. Okay, well that was a surprisingly successful endeavor. I think the sweet berries will be good enough for me for right now. Oh, I still need torches before I can keep mining down. It is apparently all of my sticks. There we go. I was seeing where they put chamoy. I don't know what that is. And peanuts and other stuff on sliced up cucumber and call it crazy cucumber. Plenty of coal. Sweet, salty, and sour sauce used on a fruit and vegetable. Okay. I'm gonna fill that in with more andesite as we get it. I found water. Wasn't looking for water. Didn't really want water, but I found it. It's here. Also used on candy. People around there basically riot if it's not name brand candy. Yeah, I would have too when I was a kid. But to be fair, most of the time when it wasn't name brand candy, it was like really cheap, really small stuff that I'd never heard of before that wasn't very good and was usually licorice. We trick-or-treated at my grandparents' house, where she lived around a lot of old people. Here, I can walk down the street and find someone selling street corn and aguas frescas on a cart or a makeshift table. The water is a little bit in the way. Yeah, so when we were little and we were going trick-or-treating, we had the good houses, which had like the full-size candy bars and it was all name brand stuff. And then you had like the older like health obsessed households that had like these like little fruity candies that were barely even candies and you could only ever take one. What am I looking for? Pickaxes. I need pickaxes. So if it wasn't a name brand candy bar, it usually meant it was something that we didn't like. I say that, but I was also the type of kid that liked circus peanuts, so I had weird tastes anyway. I still like circus peanuts. Stab the water with a knife. I'll try it. How do I craft a knife? Even better, we have an old ice cream trucks turned into snack trucks that drive around neighborhoods. Huh. Do they still sell ice cream, though? Because I feel like if I saw an ice cream truck driving down the neighborhood and I heard the tune and it didn't have ice cream, I would be super disappointed. That's not a when I was a kid thing. That's a now thing. Love the fresh circus peanuts where they are nice and squishy. It's just something about the texture of them just scratches a very autistic part of my brain. Great question. Heard some guys are really good making a knife out of flint. But what's the recipe? Too hot to have ice cream trucks. Oh, that is unfortunate. say the line? What? Wait, am I missing something? I might be missing something. You might have to say the line. Hang on, wait, is this a pun? I heard some guys are really good making a knife out of flint. What? Lost is your grandma's pork sliders. Now, I feel like I'm missing a pun now. Okay. I think I'm going to commit to the same rule that I did in my last hardcore world, where I don't use any of the debug features. Did Flint and Steel make a knife in the movie? Zeph hasn't seen the movie yet. I think it's an enjoyable watch. I don't know, I might have mentioned this over on your side before, but, you know, I went into the Minecraft movie kind of expecting it to fall somewhere on a spectrum of, The Last Airbender to Sharknado levels of bad, and came out of it realizing that it's this generation's live-action Cat in the Hat. That is to say, it makes a consciously bare minimum effort to stay faithful to the source material. Makes absolutely no effort to be any good whatsoever. And puts all of its focus in just being really fun to watch. I never watched Howard the Duck, and I feel like maybe I should. Especially since apparently it was the original Howard the Duck movie that made a cameo appearance in the modern MCU post-credits scene. Didn't watch Dragon Ball Evolution. I will take that as an official review and decide that maybe it's not worth trying. Yeah, I really only got a couple of minutes into The Last Airbender before I found it just to be unwatchable. rom-com. I find it absolutely hilarious that everyone keeps describing it as a rom-com. Well, that's not true, Jazz. They had a very limited number of swears that they could get away with. I haven't seen Jaws, actually. What did I need? What was I looking for? A shovel. I don't possess a shovel. I have chicken? Hang on. A little bit lost in my own world. Labyrinth was also PG. I don't... They didn't swear in Labyrinth, did they? I don't remember that. Nothing was said about ratings of media until a senator's daughter played Darling Nikki, where her mom heard it. It's another one I'm not familiar with. By Prince. Gotcha. Whoops. Starting in the 90s, had to get your cousin to buy you Prince CDs. I will say the name of the rating, PG-13, does kind of feel like an afterthought kind of a name. Like, oh, maybe we need to be a little more specific than just PG. Alright, what am I doing? Put some of that away. Drop those in there. That one goes there. Shovel. That's what all this was about. I needed a shovel. Which also means I need some cobble. I don't need 4 shovels. So we are on the copper update. And I feel like I've seen almost no copper. Which I love how one just pops up before I finish that thought. Welcome in, Crypt. Good to see you. Yes, I lost the hardcore world last weekend. I did clip what happened. That was probably the worst one so far. But basically, I tunneled up into a cavern a little 2x2x2 cavern that was housing a skeleton with an enchanted bow. And did not make the right kind of tunnel to be able to flee quickly. There's Deep Slate. We made it. But yeah, I only had about 30 minutes left in stream, so I decided to end stream early, and this week we're starting a long-term world that is not hardcore. Because I can't keep restarting on y'all and not progressing anywhere in the game. Gets old pretty quickly. In all fairness, Crypt, I could hear the skeleton. I absolutely could have changed where I was going. Or at the very least, put on a shield. Back is hurting and need to run errands. That is two separate kinds of unfortunate news in one, Jazz. Hopefully your back starts to feel better soon. And yep, that was my last pick. Waiting for the ibuprofen to kick in. Probably a good idea. It's nighttime. I still don't have a bed. Do we have hostile mobs spawning yet? Anywhere? Anybody? Anything? Hello? Something's gotta be broken with that. Nope, we got an ad starting in about a minute. Right. Finish the lapis. Alright, we're gonna pause here and go over to the break screen and run the ad. So we are pausing content. Now is a great time for you to take a moment, stand up, stretch, go grab a beverage, whatever you gotta do. And I'll see y'all again in about 3 minutes. And welcome back, everybody. For when on break, Jazz said, if that does not help, I will have to take my muscle relaxer, so we'll be loopy while shopping. That sounds like an interesting experience. Do you ever come back with any interesting finds when you, feel loopy while you're shopping? Anything you take a second look at after the muscle relaxer passes and just go, what was I thinking? I think I've had a few of those moments when I used to go grocery shopping while I was pretty sleep deprived while I was still in college. I am still on my BRB screen. It's a good thing we have gameplay on the BRB screen. It's just exclamation point mod. Yep, that's it. And it's the same command to clock out. Ooh, hang on a second. Ah! It doesn't work! Okay, I'll have to fix that. So the mod command is going to have to check if you're VIP first and remove your VIP badge before making you a moderator because they conflict. I thought the moderator would just override VIP. But that's an easy fix. Just an edge case I failed to consider. I guess that's the story of all the things that aren't working on livestream, isn't it? But no, that's an easy conditional to drop on there. I'm out of torches. Torches. No coal in my inventory. There we go. That's not gonna cut it. General lack of foresight. Details, details. Or lack thereof in this case, I guess. But Crypt, if you unmod at any point during the stream and you want your VIP badge back, I might fix it before during the next break. But before then, run unlurk, and it will grant you your VIP badge back. I have more potential VIPs than I have VIP badges available, so Firebot is setting the VIP role on viewer arrive and clearing it at the end of every stream. And if a VIP goes on lurk, then it will clear their badge while they're lurking and give it back once they unlurk again. Yeah, as soon as I got the VIP badges unlocked, I went through my list of people that I wanted to make VIP and realized I had more people than I had badges. And I've been trying to work out a way to come up with a more specific standard of how I want to assign VIP, which I feel like the standard has already been pretty specific of you've contributed substantially in some way to the content of my channel. Whether that's by, like, I spend time in your community and you regularly shout me out, or collaborator, or anything like that. I don't know how to be more strict than that without feeling like I'm leaving out somebody important. And then I just realized that people don't have to be VIP if they're not present. And Firebot can do that for me. What's up, Jazz? What are we staring at? So the shiny diamonds go to currently either people that I regularly collaborate with. So at the moment that's just Windarine and Squiddly Pid. As well as other content creators who have um, basically kind of been championing my ability to make affiliate and bringing people into my streams. So like Carrot and Griff, of course, who can be held responsible for probably about 50% of my followers in total, if not more. As well as, several others that I spend a lot of time over on their side and they shout me out pretty regularly when I pop in. Ibuprofen kicking in. Good. I haven't come up with a standard for viewers that regularly attend the channel. I would like to come up with that, but I also feel like the standard that I would set, I haven't been streaming long enough for anybody to have actually met that standard. What was that? Y'all heard that, right? Yeah, I know what other streamers have done is they set up a redeem on their channel where if you get enough points, you get to redeem that and get the badge, and the cost of that badge is ever increasing, but I'm thinking it was probably an ambient sound, but it sounded like something was playing in reverse. It's kind of bassy. If you're on mobile, you probably wouldn't have heard it at all. But yeah, I'm not sure that I want to do one of those redeems. I'm not sure I'm in love with the idea of it, because it feels like it can easily leave out somebody that might deserve a little more recognition, that just, they've been spending their points elsewhere, or every time they get just enough points, somebody else snatches it out ahead of them, and the cost goes up again. I don't know. I have to work something out for that. Yeah, that idea amuses me. I have considered that. I want to sit with the idea a little further, to decide if I really feel like it kind of takes away from how meaningful the VIP badge is. Yeah, that's the other thought that I had too, is the first redeem is really not meaningful at all. It has always felt like kind of a joke to me, to like when you get on, like on YouTube, when you'll find like 10 comments all saying first, and none of them were the first comment. I feel like there was an older, like, internet culture that people cared a little bit too much about that. And it's always felt like the first redeem has just kind of been playing a joke on that a little bit. So on one hand, granting a VIP badge for the stream, the idea amuses me, but also the less meaningful the first redeem is, the more amusing that is to me. I especially love when people forget to redeem first, and I'll have like 100 messages in my chat, um, and then somebody finally redeems first. Because, realistically, the first person in stream every day is Siri. Siri's always here. Siri's always watching. Also, I have ores in my inventory that I could absolutely be smelting right now. And should be, because I need iron. Anything? Anything? Anybody? Anywhere? If anybody knows if this is like a known bug with 1.2, 1.9, let me know. Because it is honestly bugging me that I'm not getting any hostile mob spawns above ground. No, it's not peaceful. And we've heard mobs. We've encountered a couple. I heard, we saw a zombie when I went down in the cave earlier before, so they exist. But they're just, I'm not seeing them above ground at night. I don't know what it is. I haven't messed with any of the game rules or anything like that. But, yeah, it's pitch black. This should be dangerous. I should be getting bombarded by skeletons up on the mountain. I should have had to close this up by now. But here we are. Let's do some inventory cleanup here. Nope. Tough. There we go. Not seeing anything on a Google search. I can put the axes away. I'm not going to need them down here. Hello. I found a diamond. I think it was the only one. No. Okay. I'll take it. I mean, maybe it could be tied to the world seed somehow. Somehow it's possible to roll a bad seed that you get almost no mob spawns, or maybe there's a game rule that I'm missing for, um, reduced spawn rates in general that somehow got set. I mean, even the passive mobs seem a little sparse, if I'm being honest. Oop, that's important. Yeah, right after stream, I really need to go. Okay, definitely an ambient noise. Right after stream, I'm gonna go looking for that gamma setting, because this is too dark. I don't know, I'm wondering if there's a way to affect the full dynamic range of complementary shaders and tighten that up a bit. Oh, thanks, Jazz. Now, this would go a lot faster if I would use the iron pickaxe. Gotta make more cookie dough? Never enough cookie dough. Why bake it? Just eat the cookie dough by itself. We've hit bedrock. Okay, we made it. Hey, look, more iron. I swear, for a moment there, I thought that was an iron bedrock ore. Could you imagine? That would be a good April 1st update. Release bedrock ores. Alright. More deep slate in there. Tough behind it. More iron. Need a couple of these, because we need our stone cutter. Make some blocks. Do not have any sticks. Need some sticks, because we need an iron pickaxe. Or diamond pickaxe. I can words, it's easy. Now move these down. Diamond will go there, gold will go there. And iron goes up here. Got some cobblestone. Listen, saying words for 3 hours straight is not an easy task to do. It's not the kind of stress most of us put our vocabulary on, put our vocabulary through on a daily basis. think we often forget just how much of an extreme that is. No, it is not. Swear my stream openings get more and more chaotic every time because my brain just shuts off. Why have can word do when word no do can? Exactly, Zeph. Yeah, you all get it. Oh. If we are done with that, then that means I need these. I'm gonna have to fill this in. Don't want this here. Flatten this out a bit. Actually, start clearing this out for the actual material I want to build a dome out of. It's not like it's protecting us from anything. Now I just realized I'm pretty sure we've had more than 3 nights where I haven't slept, and I haven't even seen phantoms. Alright. Put some tools away. Maybe hold on to this and this. Don't need the torches for this task. Nor do we need the dirt or the wood. It's easier to do from the outside. Oh no, I broke a torch. Now my base isn't spawn-proofed. And it's getting dark again. gonna have to do some Googling after this stream, because genuinely, if the rates are gonna stay this bad the entire time, this is not a usable world. I still don't have a bed. I haven't seen a single sheep. Maybe. That would be the easy solution. Alright. I gotta bring up Plots Modeler so I remember how to build a sphere. You would think at this point I would have this memorized as many times as I've built this exact dimension dome. No chance of maybe a mod pack or data pack overwriting mob spawns. The only one I have is complementary. That's not to say there's no chance of it, but I would be shocked if complementary was breaking it. That's the wrong slider. We want layer 10. I suppose it's not impossible. I mean, complementary does affect lighting. Does it have any actual mechanics that it might be setting light levels? So let me move this over so I can see chat while I'm doing this. Maybe it's just a matter of research. Yep, saw that. Something got borked when it loaded. No chance maybe a mod or data. Do you have Iris to run complementary? I believe that's what complementary ships through. I just use the default complementary installer. I don't do anything fancy to add it manually since I don't have any other mods. Layer 11. Yeah, it's pitch black, and I'm right here by a cliffside. There's still no skeletons. Note there was a conflict in 125 with Iris that affected block collision. Wonder if there could be weirdness with it, with spawning. Kind of a reach to think maybe that did it because of one update over a year ago, but still just a thought. I mean, any thought is meaningful at this point. The only thing we know for certain is that there should be hostile mobs, and there aren't. What we know is that it's not nothing. What we don't know is that it's not just Minecraft. We don't know that it's not Iris. We don't know that it's not complementary somehow. I suppose I do have one. This breaks my rule about debug tools, but pretty sure But this wouldn't reduce the passive mob spawn rates on top. Yeah. No light in all these spots, so all of this is spawnable, according to complementary anyway. Yeah, exactly. I'll take it, Crypt. Alright, there's something. Ow. Go ahead, Crypt, let's hear it. I love weird thoughts. Ow. Is there a possibility that maybe it is reading that you're in a mushroom biome for some really bizarre reason? Where's my biome? Is it reading that I'm in a biome at all? This is the sparsest F3 screen I've ever seen. Where's all my information? That's not what I want. That's not what I want. Okay, didn't know I could do this. This is helpful. Yeah, let's put GPU utilization in there. Oh, that's neat. Alright. So we should have biome here somewhere. I think that's a new screen that cleaned up a lot of info, so you could select what you wanted. Almost baked in mini HUD. Is it new version shenanigans, or is it Iris trying to help? Because I haven't run 121.9 without Iris. Like, this is literally my first boot up of 121.9. New version? Okay. Is anybody else seeing the biome? Because I'm not... Ah, there it is. Yeah, biome Minecraft Taiga. So it says Taiga. I'm better at Minecraft than this, I swear. There's one. I don't swear, you cannot hold me accountable for that in a court of law. That's two. Probably do not have hearts for a three. To be fair, Minecraft is also usually better at Minecraft than this, so... Come back. He left me. Ooh. Oh yeah, they're just gonna keep spawning until I sleep, aren't they? I need dirt. Try and reload without shaders and see. Yeah, it's worth a shot. The other thing is to try to reload a different world with shaders on to see if that's different. It would be interesting if somehow the rate of mob spawns was tied to the seed and I somehow managed to generate a seed that shouldn't exist. That's why we need dirt. But the fact that even the cave spider spawner wasn't generating spiders. Like, that should only happen in peaceful. Hey, Carrot, welcome in. Good to see you. Well, let's take a look. If I can find my render distance and oh, yeah, there it is. 12. Probably shouldn't turn that up to 32. Well, it's not nighttime, so changing that isn't going to show us anything. It is, however, going to take too much of a toll on my GPU with complementary on. So, Carrot, we're discussing what possible reason there could be for why I'm not seeing any hostile mob spawns above ground at night, despite being on hard mode. Even within a cave, I've only seen one zombie, and we've only seen the 4 phantoms that spawned. The fact that the passive mobs also seem sparse makes me think that maybe it's like some kind of mob cap, like a lot of servers have set up. To keep, server members from breaking the server with farms. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 2, 1, 2. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2. BRB, quick, need to grab a plate and also butter my biscuits. Actual biscuits, not a sus word. Thank you for that, Crypt. Okay. That's our dome. There we go. I need sand. Enclosed plots modeler. Hey, look, sand. How convenient. Need that. Because we need that. We can fix that. Drop that with the rest of the tools. Drop that with the rest of the sand. There we go. We've got an ad coming up in a little bit. Put torches in here, I did. Sure. No, I really think he stepped away. Oh, I need 2 of these. Apparently I've eaten all of my berries. Oh, that was a chicken. Get 2 more iron ingots and 2 more torches. 2? 2. 9 plus 4 is not 18. Alright, we've got an ad starting, so we'll go to the break screen. Once again, good opportunity to stand up, stretch, take a break. I'll see y'all in a few minutes. And we're back. Let's get off the BRB screen this time. Crypt the mod command is now fixed, so you no longer have to worry about a VIP role conflict when turning on your sword. Oh! Connected glasses off. Well, that's nice. Okay, mob drops are gonna go over here. I don't have any. I do still have some regular wood. Good. I'll do it with this. Alright, we've got our dome. And I've still got dirt sitting here. Oh, actually, I need that there. Just for another moment, so I can prevent imaginary mob spawns from happening on top of the dome. Mm. Actually, one thing I am going to try just right away is just simply relogging. Alright, grab 3 of those. Grab some wood, grab some sticks, make a shield. You know, for all those mobs that we're going to have to deal with because we're about to go exploring. Yeah, we'll take some shears. Grab our compass. Alright, let's go. Boat. I don't think relogging helped. Hey, there's something. Presumably, yeah. Other thing we could try. What happens if we... Oh my god! That was definitely coincidence, because there's still no mobs this way. There's a radius around spawn somehow. Okay. Where am I going? I'm lost. think that was coincidence. We're gonna do another test. I'm gonna go inside, I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna recover health, and then we're gonna turn shaders off again and see what happens. Shaders off, still night. Yeah, it's gotta be a rate. Whoa, hello. Is it really shaders? Yeah, there's a witch right here. It was shaders. That is wild. What are shaders doing that it's suppressing mob spawns? You think a creeper's been here? No. Rude. I'm almost dead. Need more berries. I'm still not convinced either way. It's either a radius around spawn, or it's shaders. Oh, I do still have a pork chop. It's a spider. That's creepers. Creeper. Alright, let's try this. What happens if I wander further away at night while shaders are on? Do I see no new spawns? Some chickens. Ow. Almost dead. Didn't I have more health than that? I think maybe we should wait until daytime before I go exploring. Just a thought. I mean, it seems like you might have been onto something there, Crypt, with the thought that does it think I'm in a mushroom biome somehow? Alright, that's daylight enough, right? Rude. Supposedly starting to phase out spawn chunks, but wonder if maybe they've added a safe border type dealio around world spawn. Maybe. The other thought that I had is that, I don't know if this is still a thing, but I know it was a thing early on when I started playing. The longer you spend in an area, the more frequent mob spawns become, and the more difficult those mobs are. Like, they start getting more enchanted items, they start spawning with armor. Could I have also just reached a threshold where, for some reason, it's now deciding that at the very start, you're going to have no hostile mobs, and you have to spend a bit of time in the area before they'll start appearing? I feel like we've got a couple of potential theories here, and I feel absolutely no strong confidence in any particular direction of them. It could even be the taiga biome specifically that has mob spawn behavior changed. But I think the next night we can probably do a test to rule out shaders. It's fine. Leaves, anybody? Alright, I think top priority for this run is going to be a village. I need a better food source. I would be very happy to find some hay bales. Sheep. No, I definitely did not just jump to try to crit shear the sheep. That's not what the thought process was there. You cannot prove anything. Stop planting them. Stripped so many logs between yesterday and today. Next time I decide to use shulkers or stripped logs, please stop me. I mean, to be fair, Crypt, you don't have to use shulkers of stripped logs. You can use shulkers of regular logs and just strip them as you build. Just put all the regular logs in place and then just go back through and then strip them. Did. It was still 2 shulkers of logs I had to strip regardless. Oh, well. If we wanted to build the easy way, we'd play The Sims. Do you think we have enough wool for a bed? This isn't where I came from, is it? I don't think so. Big dark cave. It is an Enderman. Alright. So let's see what happens. Well, a bunch of mobs didn't just suddenly spawn. That's what we're looking for. Beautiful. Yep, that's one thing we're looking for. Found carrots. Ah, you did the best you could, Carrot. It wasn't bad. There's the villagers. I haven't seen any hay bales. I'm stealing their library. I should grab some wood. Can get a bed real quick. Oh, hey, welcome in, Carrot. Five beds. I only needed one. Oh, you do better than I do, Carrot. I always forget to check in. Got red. Got yellow. That's right. I forgot they did that. Two orange beds for the actual base. Need more red, and now I need blue for the travel bed. Yeah, I wish those were a little closer than that. Oh yeah, I've got a flower on me. Ooh. Don't mind if I do. No, we're not gonna eat the carrots. We need those. Yep, definitely for sure want that. I don't want that or that. I guess I'll keep the third bread at least for now. Mending leggings. Okay. Take it. I don't think I'm worried about any of the rest of this. My inventory is full. I probably should just head home at this point. Got red already. I need blue. Sheep. Ow. I can make it. I can't make it. Ow. That would have been unfortunate. See, I'm not in hardcore now, so y'all are gonna get to see how reckless I get when I play. Ow! Really? Legit almost died to a berry bush. That really almost just happened. Drop that. Purple. That's what I want. Berry bushes are straight to the point. Thank you for that one, Crypt. Hey, Echo, welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well today. Oh, thank you for the follow. And Kazef's phone was dying. I see. Ow. Ow. I guess zombie flesh doesn't heal me very much, does it? No, I think if I was certified, I wouldn't have taken damage. I'd be better at it. That's doing something. A little bit. Thank you for that, Crypt. Hey, I know these dead leaves. We've been here before. The problem with using gravity as a means of transportation is trying to go back the way you came. We're gonna need to find a jungle at some point, because this no scaffolding thing is a pain. It's not very helpful here, anyway. It really does drag you down to earth. Thank you, Crypt. You know what? I need to pause for a moment to do something. This is important. Let's see, where is it? Here it is. So how many is that so far, Crypt? Is that 3? Brand new currency. Can't redeem them for anything yet, but you know what? We're keeping track now. Oh, perfect. Alright, we're home. Did I only make 1 orange bed? It's 2. It's double bed. Alright, let's do some inventory cleanup. I can't believe I didn't find any hay bales in that village. Drops. Goes here. My very disorganized way of organizing. Tools. Torches go down here. Travel bed is a tool. Put that with torches. Lodestones are a tool. Compass is a tool. Flint and steel is definitely a tool. Crafting bench is a tool. Crafting stuff. Nature stuff. Mob drops and food. And dyes are going to go in there. Ah, yes. So I need to sleep. Oh, Koshko! Welcome in. Thank you for the raid. It's good to see you. If you need to raid and run, by all means, do so. Make sure to take care of yourself, but if you have a moment, I'd love to know what you were up to today. Welcome in, Ace. Good to see you. Oh, you need an @ symbol, Crypt. Welcome in, Koshko. I forgot what I was doing. Oh, I needed a hoe. There it goes. So, Koshko, I actually have this set up. If you have any featured clips on your channel, Firebot will actually play it in the bottom right or, as part of the shoutout. So just a little encouragement if you have any moments during your stream that you think would highlight, you know, just who you are as a streamer. In some channels, when you get a shoutout, you'll get to use it that way. And thank you, Crypt, for the shout-out for Koshko. Berry bushes should be grown. Gold pants by themselves look funny to me. Alright, what am I doing right now? All the glass has been smelted. We can do some gold. We'll need to do some copper. We can actually use copper for more than just decoration now. Although I've already got the iron stuff, I don't know how much I need it. I see it, Crypt. I don't know that I love that, but I see it. No, I do not currently have a red shirt. I haven't seen any cows, so I can't even throw one together just to see how bad that would look. Alright, we've got some chicken, we've got some potatoes growing. Let's head back down to the mines. Today's peak map is so weird. Sure, it's got all black sand and chains and stuff around the mountain. I don't even know what I'm doing. I have to stream in a few about 13 minutes. All right, so bedrock is 50 minus 55, right? And iron is at 16. So 71. One, two, three. That's two. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So this should be about level 16. Hey, I said I'm not going to use any of the debug overlays. I didn't say I wasn't going to use information about Minecraft. I gotta make the stairs for all this. Should actually start smelting some stone now for the stone brick stairs. This is what I need. I know how to navigate my own space. That is not enough coal for as much of this as I'm gonna need. Definitely should have asked a while ago. Use bro, bruh, bud as genderless terms, but no, still bother some peeps. No, it doesn't bother me. Carrot, have you played Peak at all? Do another one. For a couple of hours. How far have you gotten? The chains start to show up in the caldera, which is the second to last map where you start seeing lava. You didn't reach first peak, so you're saying you haven't gotten past the shore? Carrot, I think we're gonna have to run you through peak. Gonna have to get you up to the top. Crypt, I think that sounds like a great idea. I am on vacation all week, so I have a lot of time for bonus streams. I don't have anything planned, but would totally be open to doing a collab stream with you guys if you were interested in that sometime during this week. Introduced Snips to Peak the other day, too. Made it out her first try. Not that the map didn't try really hard to make that happen. It was a brutal, brutal map, yeah. Ace, I do. Tomorrow is Satisfactory Day, so I stream 1:30 to 4:30 on weekends, Eastern time. Um, so Saturday is my Minecraft day, and Sunday is my Satisfactory time. I also have a collab world in the evenings on Fridays. We've gotten a couple of streams, but one of our collabers has been going through some IRL stuff and hasn't been up for streaming for much of the time, but also the collab stream for a little bit. So that we haven't had one lately, but we are hoping to lock in for next Friday at 7:30 Eastern time. Earliest, but that one's a little less strictly scheduled than my weekend streams. Yes, I am all Eastern time. I don't have that one on the schedule because that one feels a little less strictly scheduled. But my weekend streams for Minecraft and Satisfactory both you can find on my Twitch schedule if you ever want to double check. At some point, I do need to. Oh yeah, key point there. Yes, 7:30 p.m. I do have to put together a Discord. I'm thinking relatively soon because I've gotten enough feedback as far as the 1:30 to 4:30 time slot not being ideal for a lot of people that have been wanting to catch me stream. So I need to kind of survey the people that are watching regularly to make sure anybody who has been available to show up isn't getting left out by a new time schedule. You say that, Echo, but is it Arizona that will switch between Pacific time and Central time depending on the stage of daylight savings? Because they don't do daylight savings, or they're always in daylight. I don't remember the details, but there is such a special case, not in Eastern time, but 1:30 a.m. for you. Sadly, couldn't make it. Yeah. Listen, it's only a valid point because it exists. It doesn't make sense. It kind of makes maybe a little bit of sense. Ooh, great. Okay, so still nothing around. We're gonna go inside, close the door, hang out for a minute, turn shaders off, and see what happens. No, you're not wrong. Daylight savings time at this stage in our history doesn't make sense. Alright, let's see what happens. Still pretty sparse. I don't think I have a reasonable test case that can confidently rule out shaders as being the reason the mob spawns aren't happening. It does seem to be kind of a radius effect here, though. There's a creeper. Daylight savings all the time, please. No getting dark at 4 p.m. gross. You're in a rough spot there, then, Carrot. One of my coworkers came out of Michigan. And he's still in the eastern time of Michigan, because there's that one little section of the Upper Peninsula that moves over to Central Time. But, like, he'll see... I think he was saying, like, 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night is when it would start getting dark, when daylight savings time was active. It's wild how much geographic location really affects when sunset and sunrise are for where you are. No, I'm not with you on that one, Carrot. If the sun didn't start setting until 10 or 11 o'clock at night, I would be very stressed and I would not be able to sleep. Or did you mean the 3 a.m. sunrise? Yeah, no. Stresses me out. What am I working on? It's 4:30, so the answer to that should be wrapping up stream. Right, we can get this started real quick. Just as a quick reminder of this is what I'm working on. Yeah, Koshko, I think that would stress me out a little less just because once I'm asleep, I stay asleep. But then again, you know, I've had my days where I stay up until 3 a.m. and when I stay up long enough to see the sun start rising, then I get stressed anyway. So as long as I go to bed on time, I don't think I would notice the sunrise at 3 a.m. Summertime official sunrise is around 4 a.m. and it gets dark at like 11 p.m. That is a long day. See, if it's fully dark at 10 p.m., I'm okay with that. But if I can still see the sun at 10 p.m., that feels way too late to me. Of course, if I ever get to a point where I have to travel, you know, then I'm going to be completely thrown off. where I have to travel, where I get to travel, then I'm going to be completely thrown off because I have never been more than, I want to say, like 4 or 5 states away from my hometown. So I haven't seen a whole lot of variation in how the days progress. All right, I've got an ad starting in a moment. I'm going to go over to break screen, and I think we're gonna keep going for just a few more minutes before I look for somebody to raid out. Just because I don't feel right just ending immediately after the ad, and I can't snooze now. And we're back. Realized partway through the ads that the problem with fully pausing is that I'm waiting for stuff to smelt, and ad break is a perfect opportunity for stuff to just smelt. Hang on, I gotta scroll up a bit here. Oh, I'm missing a few messages. Gets bright at 3 a.m. or so. Never seen sunrise at 3 a.m. Jazz said these battery-powered lights require me digging out my screwdriver. Yeah, I never understood why things that obviously require replaceable batteries, they decided that you have to get a screwdriver to actually replace them. It seems like the clip battery covers are so simple and effective. Dawn at like 5:30 or 6, sunset at 9:30 or 10. Perfect. That we can agree on. It's worse in the winter because all that sun is missing and I have more trouble with depression. And you make a good point there, Koshko. Because I think if I had to deal with, sunset being at like 9, 10, 11 o'clock, I think I would eventually adapt. But I've been living with sunset as early as 5 p.m., 5:30 p.m., and it getting dark that soon, it feels like it just cuts off so much that I could do with my day. Um, you get off work and all of a sudden it's dark outside, and, anything that you intended to do outside you can't do, especially because I started getting into mountain biking fall last year, and as soon as daylight savings time ended, the state park that I regularly go to for biking around their trails, they close officially at sunset. And so suddenly I had something that was getting me outside, something that was getting me active every single day. I don't have access to anymore. So that is a really good point. That it's one way I could adapt to, but the other way, there's no way around it. It just cuts off what you get to do with your day. Can deal with dark between 9 and 10 all year. If it's all year, winter dark at 4 p.m. is sad time. Yeah, to your point as well, Carrot. Potatoes out here. what I really should do up here. So it doesn't look like the chests are floating. We're getting there. Yep, here we go. Alright, so we've got the stairs built. I think we're going to wrap it up there. So we will save here. We'll switch over to the ending screen. And we'll see if we can find somebody to raid. What do we have on right now? I think it's been a bit since I've sent everybody over to Griffin Prime, so I'll send you all over to Griffin. So, you've got our raid messages. The first raid message is if you are not subscribed. The second raid message is if you are subscribed. I appreciate you all being here. As mentioned earlier, we will be back tomorrow, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time for a Satisfactory stream. As well as I'm on vacation all week, so I have a lot of time. I'm hoping to find some time to do some bonus streams, so keep an eye out for that. I won't have any official announcements, unfortunately. Maybe I'll spend some time this afternoon to get some kind of a Discord together, so anybody that wants to keep track of those will be able to. In the meantime, thank you all for being here, and I will see you next time. Have a good one.